John, you've coached him through camps at 145, you've coached him through camps at 155, now at 170. You look good on those scales, but talk to me, from your point of view as a coach, how happy are you with him at this stage, right now, 24 hours out before a fight?
You're always wary of giving a bunch of cliches in these interviews, but we really things couldn't have gone better from every perspective. From obviously the weight is not an issue at 170. That's his walking around weight. Mm-hmm. His mindset. I love the opponent. The press conference was fun on Wednesday. The fans starting to come in now, and it seems just to be one good thing happening after another. So we're set up for a very special night.
Talk to me about mentality as well, because we've seen interviews with him in the past building up to Habib where maybe he was a little bit on edge. A little bit. But this week he seems very centred, very zen-like. You've got to be absolutely delighted to have a fully committed 100% into the game Conor McGregor.
Yeah, we're just sharing a ride journey on the way, and he's got his phone out and he's doing selfies with me, and normally it's very tense, because you're waiting to see that number on the scales. Have I made it? Even though you know you have it, still have I made it? And then, of course, there's just a fight the next night, and it's whatever. But laughing, joking, what can I say? It's just been great. It's just been a great few weeks, and it's only getting better.
Was there ever a time over the last, say, 14 months where you thought that he might never come back to MMA?
I was talking to another person this morning, and we're saying, if you asked me on this date last year, mm-hmm. and I was here for another fight, and you were like, what do you think you'd be doing this time next year? I wouldn't have guessed this. I would not have guessed this. So to have it not only happen, but to happen in the way it's happening, feels good. How
big of effect is he in the gym as well, having him back and training like this on the other fighters that you're obviously looking after too?
It's been incredible. I was just telling the guys there, the fact he's just kind of joining in on training sessions now. It used to be like very specific McGregor camps, and he just jumps into class now. And I'd be teaching the class and say, okay, everybody grab a partner. And some amateur fighter turns around and he's the odd man out and he has to work out with Conor McGregor. So it's a lot of fun like that. When he's in a certain frame of mind and a certain mode and a certain energy, the whole gym lifts, And I'm just obviously I run a gym back home, and I'm looking at the coaches putting up group training sessions, and every class is like packed, everybody's so excited that they want to be part of this energy, part of this movement, and a lot of happy people at home looking forward to this fight.
How does the next 12 months play out? Physically, I'm talking now. Is it always going to be 170 in your opinion, or do you think we might go back down to 155 next fight?
It would depend. If the next fight is for a belt, 55. If it's not for a belt, I don't see the point in fighting another person at 155. I think if there had to be some fight off or he was fighting somebody else, I would say do it at 170. And I think for him, I don't see a good reason to make 155 unless it's a belt on the line.
What about a BMF belt?
That's 165, isn't it?
170. That's
it's 165. Isn't it? I think the BMF is one.
Masvidal, he won it at 170 with Nate.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we could do it at 165 if you want to make a new weight category.
But look, 165, 170, 5 pounds. Okay, he has to skip breakfast yesterday. 65 or 70 is really not it. It's when you get into the 55s. That's okay. There's effort involved now. Those last few pounds is a workout. So for 55, belt for sure, and then BMF at 70. 170 belt, a new 165 belt, super lightweight. There's been talk about that for a while. Mm-hmm. All of those things, Conor's always going to be most driven, most motivated when it's for something big. Why not defend a 145 belt? Well, because he got offered a 155 belt. That's surely bigger than just going again at 145. So he's always looking for the big situation.
He is kind of stayed away from being Mystic Mac this week. So I'm going to ask you, how does it play out at the weekend?
Well, that's something we've talked about, is this idea of instead of having very specific goals, is having systems. And the system for 2020 is training 11 a.m., 7 p.m. every day, regardless, eating right every day, going to bed, getting up at a certain time. And the goals then will look after themselves. It's something I've stolen from an author, Scott Adams, but also some very famous NFL coaches saying the scoreboard will look after itself if we play a certain way, and that's what we want to get around to now. So the fight result, whether it's a guillotine submission, whether it's a knockout, whether it's a decision, that will take care of itself. But I can tell you that our systems is going to be heavy, consistent pressure from the bell. We will not give Donald a breath. We will not let him into the fight at any stage. And then let the scoreboard take care of itself.
Wonderful way to finish. Beautiful. Thank you, John.